Toyota's all about looking at sustainability. Government has made huge investments in terms of incentivizing the production through the PLI scheme. The government approach has been very holistic, very encouraging, and the results are there, visible, quite visible. Going ahead, all of these green technologies, whether it is battery electric vehicle or plug-in hybrid or hydrogen or a strong hybrid or a flex fuel plug-in hybrid, all of these technologies are going to be needed. 55,000 crore rupees of fossil fuel import is going to be stopped.
Hi, today we have Mr. Vikram Gulati, Country Head and Executive Vice President, Corporate Affairs and Governance with us today at the Bharat Mobility Expo. So today we'll be talking about the economic policies, government policies for the EV structure and talking about the ethanol. And let's start with our interaction. So hi Vikram Gulati san, how are you?
Thank you for having me. I'm fine.
So my first question to you is, sir, how do you see the India's EV landscape developed over the past 2 decades?
So we've come a long way, and this government has done huge amount of effort in terms of making EVs grow faster now, with so much policy support on the side of the production, manufacturing with PLIs, on demand side in terms of having a very low tax rate as well as incentives, plus states are also chipping in with lower road tax. So that is visible now with so many EVs being showcased and the sales going up year on year.
That said, now my question to sir is that how has the government policies helped in regulating the EV industry and helped in the development of the EV infrastructure?
So like I said, the policies have been very progressive. Government has made huge investments in terms of incentivizing the production through the PLI scheme. They've made huge impact in terms of demand creation through the FAME scheme, which just culminated, and the e-drive scheme now. There's been a very large number of purchase by the government of electric buses. Now the government is putting in a lot of efforts in terms of creating the charging infrastructure, which is required for this ecosystem to take off. So I'd say the government approach has been very holistic, very encouraging, and the results are there, visible, quite visible, to be seen in terms of the growth of the industry.
That said, it was a very nice talking to you. Now I want to know about what is the main attraction point at Toyota's Bharat Mobility Expo's pavilion.
Well, Toyota's all about looking at sustainability as our future. I mean, our logo is Happier Paths Together. The reason why we're saying that is what you see here is the multiple technology pathway. We believe going ahead, all of these green technologies, whether it is battery electric vehicle or plug-in hybrid or hydrogen or a strong hybrid or a flex fuel plug-in hybrid, all of these technologies are going to be needed because the growth of the market is so huge and current penetration of EVs and hybrids is quite in the nascent phase. So our showcasing here is that Toyota has all the green technologies. It has these technologies so that the unique requirements of consumers and different contexts in different countries can be fully addressed.
That's it. This is the Prius FEV PHEV. Can you show some light on this particular vehicle?
Well, this is, I'll tell you in the beginning, what it means. It means flexi fuel vehicle, plug-in hybrid electric vehicle. Now, what it means is this vehicle has an electric powertrain. It can be charged from outside. It has the batteries which can drive on a EV mode, pure EV mode, around 87 kilometers. So practically for all your driving daily needs, it is as good as an EV. If you have to go a longer distance, there is an engine that kicks in. Now this engine can take gasoline, E20 or ethanol. So you can choose to be driving with ethanol once your charge finishes. This makes this vehicle the cleanest vehicle on a well-to-wheel basis anywhere in the world because ethanol is a green fuel. And if you look at the unique characteristics this vehicle has, it's the first of its kind, I would say perhaps in the world. This is a prototype right now. It was unveiled in Brazil 3 months back, and we're thrilled that it's here at our pavilion during this Auto Expo.
That's it. Talking about the ethanol, I want to know how has the ethanol journey and the development of ethanol by the government and other incentives have been improved in India from the past 2 years.
This is one additional area where this government has done tremendous amount of work. We are going to enter into E20 just 2 months from now. What does E20 means? That petrol that we'll buy will be having 20% ethanol. Now this will help save 20% petrol straight away. What that means is something like 55,000 crore rupees of fossil fuel import is going to be stopped. What it also means is all this money will go to farmers. And what the Prime Minister keeps saying in terms of, from Annadata to Urja Data is now becoming a reality. We will have, as a country, more ethanol than we need for E20. That's where flex fuel vehicles will have a role, because they can run either on E20 or on higher mixes of ethanol. This is truly indigenous. Every amount that a consumer spends on this fuel goes to the farmer. It increases farmers' income. It is also very clean, because ethanol is a green fuel, because when ethanol is made from sugarcane or rice or any other food material, that plant absorbs carbon, and that carbon absorption makes it very, very clean to use in vehicles.
Talking that, which other next car can we expect in India in terms of ethanol run car?
Well, we are trying our best to bring in all options for our consumers. We had showcased and unveiled the world's first BS6 compliant electrified FFE some time back in the High Cross. That is currently under development. We're looking at good policy enablement to happen to then start to bring in these vehicles into the market.
That's it. Thank you so much, sir, for your time.